More. Look at you.
Look, I love this dress.
Good
morning.
How you doing,
I'm
kiddo?
very good, thank you.
Big premiere last night for the movie here in New York.
We did, actually.
Yeah.
We had at the Ziegfeld, which is always so exciting. I mean, everything's like a multiplex now, so it's nice.
Nice
the
to have
standalone theaters.
exactly.
I actually had to take a picture of the marquee because it just made me so happy.
But it's not your first time going to a premiere.
No,
there,
in
right?
fact, we've had others at the Ziegfeld, but it's like as long as you can just hold on to the old school, excuse me, tradition, I will hold on to it.
Sure. Well, you look great.
Thank
really
you.
do. You're taking good care of yourself.
I have.
Huh? You're in good shape.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so.
Regis yesterday, what did you call her? A sunshine? He said you're a ray of sunshine. Or
Yeah, we had Hugh Grant
and you
here.
Are.
Well, that's ironic because he's like a little English cloud.
Yeah.
You know, and I wonder why. Honest to God, because he's a great-looking guy.
I know.
He's got everything going. He's a movie
know.
star. I mean,
But
what
that's ironically part of his charm. I think if he sort of knew that about himself, I don't think he would be the man that
You
he
see,
is.
but I'm sure there are a lot of women who look at him, see him, maybe even date him, and say to themselves, I can make him feel better.
Right.
But I don't think he wants to feel better. I
Maybe
think
not.
You're right. I don't think he does. I said, have you always been a cloud? And he said, yes. And I believe him. But I think that that's sort of what is what's great about this movie is like we both juxtapose each other so much.
Oh, sure.
So my character does try to do that for him in the movie, and I think succeeds. But you know, in real life, I think that he's just this very funny, self-deprecating, but he's incredibly intelligent, very witty, very sharp, and. You know, I think men like that, you know, they're the kind of men that make fun of themselves and you, and you're laughing about it all.
Yeah.
You're like, I think I just got insulted. That was brilliant.
I think he just put me down.
Yes, and yet he's doing it to himself, so it's like, it's cute.
When we come back, I'm going to show you exactly what he said about you, okay?
Oh, my goodness.
Right back in just a moment. Drew Barrymore is with us. Yesterday we had Hugh Grant, a co-star in music and lyrics here. We talked about you. This is what Hugh said.
Oh, dear.
She's positive.
Yeah.
She's the exact yang to my yin.
In the movie.
No, in life, actually. I tend to be a bit negative, but she's cheered me up, and I've depressed her.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's about it.
He looks very handsome, you know. He's a very dapper gentleman, like in his little sweater and shirt, you know.
Did you get smitten by him at all?
Well, I mean, he's incredibly charming, you know. But it's an interesting dynamic when you're working with someone, and you know, he has a girlfriend, so you mentally sort of block that possibility out. You're like, I can't like you. Does he have a girlfriend?
But if he was a single man,
well, you know, I don't know. I didn't think about it that way.
whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Luckily, I have like one of those phenomenal jobs where I get to go to work every day with Hugh Grant, and that's just a pretty amazing
Somebody else I hear. Somebody else that I hear that you'd love to work with too.
Who?
Sacha Baron Cohen.
I would love to work with him. I just think he's so phenomenal. I really wish he had gotten nominated for an Academy Award. I think.
Regis's friend.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, we walked, as Borat, we walked up Columbus Avenue to, you know, 72nd and back down Broadway.
Comedy is something that isn't as recognized sometimes in the Academy, and I think that people should be honored for creating a character that is like changed culture, and he's brilliant.
No, you're absolutely right. Comedy has been overlooked.
Yes.
Look at Cary Grant, all those wonderful comedic roles, never got...
It's funny, we talked a lot about the old-fashioned romantic comedies as Hugh would say, sort of pre-sexual revolution. There was a great dynamic between men and women where they were both very strong and they had this great chemistry of dialogue and wit. They bounced back and forth because they weren't allowed to have like make-out scenes, you know?
That's
and
right.
our film is sort of reminiscent of that. The way that the writer-director, Mark Lawrence, did it. It sort of feels like one of those old-fashioned movies.
It's going to be nice to see again, you know, right?
I hope so.
We'll be right back with a clip. You are You're the lyricist, right?
I am the songwriter.
Yes, and he is the melody guy.
Yes, he was in a famous sort of 80s pop band, and he's sort of been resting on his laurels and in a sort of complacent place in his life. And my character comes in when he has an opportunity to sort of revive his career by creating a new song for the biggest sort of hit, you know, working today. And I sort of come in and say, you're better than this, you know? And I think that's such a great message about love is when someone comes into your life and wakes you up, right?
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Gee, there was something else I wanted to ask you.
We were talking about SNL of the break. Your Saturday Night Live was incredible.
No. She is about to set. You're almost at the record for 5 times.
I thought I had the record. I'm in the 5-timers club, which they give you a clock, which is very exciting. But Candace Bergen, man, Candace Bergen is in the 5-timers, and so I have to do one more to beat her. Not that I have any beef with her, but I was so excited. I'm still the youngest host at 7, but I love breaking records there. I love SNL. As you know, you go there and it's the most amazing week of your life. You spend it with these smart, brilliant people. You go in with the intention of making it incredible, and you just run around playing these different characters in these different wigs, and they rip you around, and it's so...
They carry you from set to set.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like,
they do carry you from set to set because you're not moving fast enough.
But your show was so funny, and like the commercial parodies and that the skit at the end with the dogs.
It's very funny because I was telling Drew that they showed me a tape of Drew as an example of what I should do. They're like, try if you could be as good as this.
That is so cool and crazy. I would think that they would be like, this is what not to do.
No. You are what to do.
Well, I love doing that show. I love comedy. I love laughter. And this film that we have coming out, I sort of love like when it's a date film, when boys can go to it and laugh a lot. And it's definitely romantic for girls, but it's incredibly funny. I mean, huge.
Well, it's good because it opens on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So it's like
so if you like love and laughter, you know, I think that's a really
We
good
have another clip,
combination.
and this is your sister, played by Kristen Johnson.
Oh my God! By the way,
She's
I
so
sat in all the focus groups for this film. I like hide down, and people are talking about the movie. They don't know I'm there.
Isn't that tough to do?
Yeah, sometimes I hear things and I just go home and weep. I'm like, oh my God, they hated me.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're in the editing process and you're trying to find the film. But, you know, at the same time, like I have that producer mind where I think it's a work in progress always, and until the film really comes out and then it doesn't belong to you anymore, it's all about making it the best that it can be. So it's really important to hear people's feedback. And every focus group, though, Kristen Johnston was their favorite. I mean, she just kills. She steals the scenes. And as an actor, I would just be sitting there in these scenes going, I'm just going to serve you. Like, I just want you to be as good as you are. She totally steals every scene.
Well, in this particular scene, she's informing her husband, Gary, that she's going out. Music and lyrics open tomorrow, Valentine's Day. Dr. Ruth coming up next. Good luck with this one.